Fleming tells us about the new team that is trying to modernize policing within the Peoria Police Department.
This building is the site of a new partnership between Peoria Police and social services workers. After years in the making, Peoria Police have their co-responder unit up and running to help de-escalate situations. City leaders opened the team's building to the public inside the Peoria Township building on Main Street, not far from the hospitals. The building will be used for counseling, but community members can get other help there too.
We'll have computers here to meet those basic needs. If there's individuals need assistance with applying for jobs, getting connected to other resources and services, they could utilize this space.
Construction was still going on within the last week. This unit will bring social services onto crime scenes to work with police. Social workers have responded to roughly a dozen calls with police since May, working with suspects and victims.
We can have social workers on scenes of serious incidents, especially when we're in the middle of negotiating and we have a victim and we have a suspect, and we're often dealing with the suspect, but we have now a tool that really work with the victims and help them.
This project is funded by a state grant. 3 team members, a unit director, a social worker, and a data management analyst have been hired. Another social worker will start in January. In Peoria, Taylor Fleming, 25 News.